There's a quiet moment, maybe between conversations, maybe when the world goes still, where you feel it. A strange, aching truth pressing against your ribs, that somewhere along the way, you traded something essential for acceptance. This isn't just another reflection, it's a confrontation, a reckoning with the part of you that refuses to be forgotten. Let's stop lying to ourselves. Let's set aside the filters, the polite words, the rehearsed smiles. There's something inside you, a small, stubborn truth that doesn't fit. You see it when you fake laughter at jokes that don't touch you. You hear it when you compliment people you don't even trust. You feel it when you scroll for hours, chasing a numbness you can't even name. You've built a version of yourself to survive, and you're good at it. You know exactly when to nod, when to smile, when to stay silent. You know how to make yourself acceptable, adaptable, digestible. But something inside you is tired, not just physically or spiritually. You sleep for hours and wake up feeling heavier. You celebrate milestones that leave you feeling strangely hollow. You get everything you thought you wanted, and still, something aches. And if you're quiet enough, if you're honest enough, you'll hear it. It's not the world disappointing you. It's you betraying yourself every day in small, invisible ways. You weren't born wearing a mask. You learned it. You inherited it. You absorbed the silent lessons. Be strong. Be agreeable. Be what they expect. You were trained to belong, not to be. You were rewarded for compliance, not authenticity. And eventually, without even realizing it, you became a stranger to yourself. You even started loving your own prison. You decorated it with achievements, with polite conversations, with carefully curated social media posts that told a story you don't even believe anymore. You've performed your role so well, so consistently, that even you almost forgot it was a role. Almost, but not entirely. Because when the room gets quiet, when the screens turn off, when the crowd disappears, a voice rises from deep inside. This isn't who I am. Carl Jung knew this. He called it the persona, the mask we wear to meet the demands of society. Necessary, yes, but dangerous too, when we confuse it with who we truly are. He spoke of shadows, of the disowned parts of ourselves that we exile into darkness. And he warned us, what we refuse to acknowledge does not vanish. It waits, it festers, and when the time is right, it erupts, not to destroy you, but to demand your return. Each of us is born with a compass, an inner gravity, a natural way of perceiving the world. Through feeling, thinking, sensing, intuiting. But from a young age, that compass gets silenced. They told you, stop being so sensitive. Stop daydreaming. Be logical. Grow up. And so you twisted yourself. You contorted your instincts into something foreign. You shut off parts of yourself that didn't seem welcome. And you survived. But survival has a cost, and the invoice always comes due. You began living a split life, one half performing, the other half grieving. A grief so subtle, so chronic that you mistake it for your personality. You think it's normal to be tired, to be anxious, to feel numb. It's not. That sadness you can't explain, that restlessness that won't let you feel at peace, that's the part of you abandoned, trying to find its way home. And here's the brutal truth. The more you suppress who you are, the louder your shadow becomes. It shows up as self-sabotage. It ruins relationships you actually care about. It sabotages dreams you secretly desire. Not because you're weak, but because your soul is tired of pretending. As Jung said, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. You blame luck. You blame circumstances. But deep down, it's your own denied self steering you into walls. Every time you smile when you want to scream, you bury yourself deeper. Every time you stay silent to avoid judgment, you kill a part of your voice. Every time you choose comfort over truth, you betray your essence. The worst part? You've built an entire life around someone you're not. A career, relationships, a reputation. And now the thought of undoing it feels paralyzing, because it would mean tearing down the house you built, brick by brick, dream by dream, lie by lie. But that is the price of freedom. If you are waiting for the world to grant you permission to be yourself, stop. It never will. The world rewards the polished, the predictable, the palatable, not the real. Realness is messy, inconvenient, terrifying, but it's also where life actually begins. The choice is yours. Keep living outside in, always adjusting, always shrinking, always seeking approval. Or dare to live inside out, unsettling many but breathing for the first time. And if you're still here, still listening, it's because you've already heard the knock. That small, persistent stirring inside you. That ancient part of you that refuses to die quietly. It's not too late, but it will cost you. You'll lose people. You'll disappoint expectations. You'll walk alone for longer than you think you can bear. But you will also find something no one can give you. Yourself. Your raw, unedited self. The one who doesn't perform to be loved. The one who doesn't need a stage to feel alive. Because when you start living from your real self, something shifts. You talk less. You defend yourself less. You seek approval less. Not out of arrogance, but because you no longer negotiate your existence. You know who you are, and that's enough. And here's something no one tells you. When you stop pretending, your real life starts. Real friendships, real passions, real peace. Not perfect, real. And it all starts with one terrifying, beautiful question. Are you ready to disappoint the world in order to be true to yourself? If the answer is yes, then get ready, because what lies ahead is not a gentle path. It's demolition, it's chaos, it's grief. But beyond that, it's wholeness, it's coherence, it's breathing with your full lungs for the first time. You will walk away from borrowed ambitions. You will burn scripts you didn't write. You will mourn identities that were never truly yours. And slowly, you will remember. You were never broken. You were never wrong. You were simply buried, beneath years of conditioning, under layers of fear, below mountains of expectations that were never yours to carry. And now at this silent crossroads, the real decision waits. The decision that isn't impulsive, but soul deep. Will you choose the mask, or will you choose yourself? Because this isn't about psychology. It's about liberation. It's about refusing to rot in a life that isn't yours. And if this message reached you, if even for a second you felt seen, then leave one sentence in the comments. I'm reclaiming my truth. No quotes, no filters, just that. Because sometimes the smallest act of honesty is the beginning of an entire revolution inside you. I'm not here to tell you who to become. I'm just here to remind you of who you already are, underneath everything you were taught to be. See you in the next video if you're willing to keep unearthing. And if not, that's okay too. The soul is patient. It always finds its moment. Until then, sit quietly, listen to the silence, and ask yourself, am I ready to stop lying to myself? Because on the other side of that terrifying silence lies not chaos, but truth. The only ground firm enough to build a life that doesn't collapse. The demolition has begun, and beneath the rubble your real self waits. If this message stirred something within you, don't keep it to yourself. Share it. Someone else might be walking the same silent path, waiting for a sign that they're not alone. Stay grounded, stay thoughtful, stay awake. For more deep dives into philosophy, the human experience, and timeless truths, subscribe and turn on the bell. Wander the void with wonder. Question deeply. Think freely. Until next time, embrace the silence and let it speak.